All right, so I just bought this piece of PVC trim, and I noticed there was a little tiny tab sticking out there, as if somebody had cut almost all the way through it and then just broke it off there. So sure enough, this 8-foot piece of trim is 7 foot 7.5 inches. So somebody decided they just take what they need and return it. All right, I'm here today in apartment 204. We just had the renters move out. We're not gonna do a huge remodel on it. It's gonna be pretty straightforward. There is a couple bigger issues. One being the floor. There's just a super spongy spot in the middle of the living room floor. These apartments have gypcrete floors. So what they do is they put down like a 1/2-inch layer of plywood, and then they pour gypcrete. It's like a lightweight pourable concrete about 1 inch thick. And the reason for that is it keeps a fireproof fire barrier between the upstairs and downstairs. And it's also really good for noise reduction. It is over the years, it can crack up. The layer of plywood beneath it gets weak, and then it starts to flex, and then the gypcrete on top of it starts to crack. So I think that's the problem that we're dealing with here. It shouldn't be too big of a deal. I'm gonna pull the carpet pad back and we'll see what it looks like under there. All right, just as I suspected, the gypcrete has totally busted apart. It happened, it looks like right along the seam in the subfloor. So that's probably the culprit. So we may have to actually pull some of this back, kind of pull, it just cracked right apart. Pull some of that back, you know, a foot on either side of that seam, repair the plywood below it, and then pour some new gypcrete. We'll see how that goes. We got Ben installing flooring. Say hi, Ben.
Hello.
So we just finished the kitchen. Looks really nice. My dad and I did this entryway yesterday. We're doing a floating vinyl plank floor. It's super durable. I was unsure whether or not it'll work because the floors are gypcrete, like I showed you in the first part. I showed you the repair over there where it was all crusty and broken up. So we're gonna do this, we're gonna do vinyl plank over it and see how it works. It's kind of an experiment. It does make the floor feel a lot more solid. So that's nice, and we don't have to deal with carpet anymore. This carpet sucks.